Alright, this video is a video response to Todai Yu, and basically the question is how to effectively learn online, how to learn martial arts online, and can it be done, and what are some of the training methods and things like that. I definitely think that it can be done, and with this new invention of the internet, it allows a lot of people to learn many things online. Now, it just takes a lot of self-discipline and the ability to be self-motivated. So if you're not self-motivated, then the training online, it probably won't be for you. But if you are self-motivated, definitely you can do it. Now, it's just when it comes to martial arts, it's just about learning to see, learning how to move your body. Learning how to move your body in a way to generate an immense amount of power or force, to basically turn your body into a human weapon. That's essentially the combative aspects of the martial arts. Now, if you see my channel, I break it down to body, mind, and spirit. Body is the Zen fitness, working towards developing an athletic body. Because how can you turn your body into a weapon if your body is weak? You need to have a strong body. If your body did not exist, you would not be alive, and therefore you cannot even practice martial art techniques. So, if you can't breathe, you'd be dead, so you can't practice martial art techniques. If you got broken legs and broken arms, it's going to be hard to practice martial art techniques because your limbs, you can't move your limbs. So you break it down and you see, say you're just very inflexible, you can't even get your leg to move higher than your kneecap, then you're going to be very limited in your expression with with your legs. If you're very inflexible, you don't got much muscles and your legs, and you try to run fast, you won't be able to run too fast. So if it goes through your whole body. So you need to train the whole body to be athletic, everything. So that is the easy part, not the easy part, but that's the part that I help you with online through all the public videos. I put all those public videos out there, and you could pretty much watch the videos, learn, pick certain things up, and find out the best training program for you. Develop the best one that's specific for the martial arts, all right, to enhance your ability in the expression of combative techniques. So you don't have a problem with that. You know what's going on with that. Now, when it comes to the spiritual aspect, you can actually benefit more than anybody that I meet directly, because when I train people directly, I don't really have much time to speak on certain things. And another thing is, most people will not really pay much money to hear what I have to say, because the thing is, what I have to say may not be what they want to hear, and people don't want to pay another person money to tell them things that they don't want to hear. Okay, typically they're just gonna want to close their ears and just not listen and things like that. So the spirituality and the fitness component, you could definitely get to a very high level with the online training, even at a higher level than somebody that I train directly. Now, when it comes to the combative techniques, yes, it may be difficult to learn without a partner when it comes to sparring techniques. But there's advantages. The advantage, a huge advantage, is that every lesson that I send you, you could watch the video over and over and over again, and then you could see repetitively what I'm saying, what I'm trying to demonstrate, and you can ingrain that in your mind to constantly work on perfecting the technique according to the standards that are specified in the video. But whereas if you meet me online, I may say something, and then it might not catch in your head. And then I got to demonstrate it and say it again, and it still might not catch in your head. And then you only got to maybe 30 minutes or an hour or however long the training is to get what I said within this head. But if you don't get it, then we got to meet again next week or whatever day, and I got to repeat constantly. So it could take more time, it could take more money. But online, you can watch a video 100 times or however many times you need to watch it, and constantly listen over and over to what I'm explaining, and to perfect the technique according to the standards that I have established. So you just have to really focus on visually seeing what I'm doing, and you gotta follow it precisely. Okay? If it helps, I know Bruce Lee used to do this too. He would watch videos of Muhammad Ali over and over again to watch the movements of Muhammad, and then he would mimic those movements. And he would use a mirror to do that too. So what you could do is when you watch the video, maybe you could put a mirror up and try to mirror everything that I'm doing in the video precisely. And when you could do that, you can move the body the way that I'm moving my body, then you're going to get the technique down. That's what's extremely important. You got to mirror everything that I do in the video. Now if you're facing the video, it may be hard to do that because you're facing the video. But maybe if you get a mirror and you have the video facing a mirror, and you watch the mirror, and then you follow everything that I'm doing in the video precisely, that could help. So you need to be very visually aware, to follow the movements within the video, and you got to listen to how I'm explaining the technique and what it's used for, the purpose behind it, and everything. You got to pay attention to the very little things, minor things. I may say something like, tuck your thumb in. Okay? Now, I'm saying tuck this thumb in. It's very important. You tuck the thumb in, because if you don't tuck the thumb in, you're blocking with your fingers open, you're blocking with your thumb open. Next thing you know, somebody tries to punch, and then you block the punch with your thumb, you're going to hurt your thumb. So you need to tuck the thumb in. So it's something very simple. Even a simple bow. You know, I'm telling you to have your hands closed. Not open, but closed. Very simple. You got to pay attention. Look at my feet in the video. Did I say my feet are perfectly aligned? My back is straight, my chest is out. I push it out like this. You see my elbows? My elbows are lined up and aligned. It's not crooked. It's not up like this. It's not like this. I'm not tensing my shoulders like this. You see, everything I'm doing is very precise. When I say relax the shoulders, relax the shoulders. When I say put the elbows up like this, you put the elbows up like that. You need to be able to follow exactly what I tell you, and that's how you're going to learn quickly. But if you're doing a bow that looks all crooked, and then I'm telling you to put the body and spirit, or the body and mind together, and then it's looking all weird and stuff, and then your fingers are everywhere, you're off a line, you're not doing it right. You need to follow what I do. So if I have like this, fist together, push it out, make it look nice. Okay? And I don't say to push it out all the way. Okay, I say right here is good. Tuck the thumb in. When I say to relax, I say relax the hands. Come over here, knife hand, tuck the thumbs in. Okay, I said tuck the thumbs in. Like a knife hand. I didn't say to have your fingers look like this. I said to have a knife hand, tuck the thumbs in. I say right here, bow like this, not up like this. Put the hands right here, bow down. Okay? You got to follow it precise. See my hands right here, it's very precise. It's not off the line like this. I'm not spreading my fingers like this and bowing like this. It's very precise. You need to be precise. Follow the video exactly of how I'm teaching. Then you're going to progress quickly. But if you're doing all these little things incorrectly, and then we got to keep sharing videos back and forth in order to get you to do it right, then it's going to take a very long time. It's going to be better if you watch the videos over and over and over again to get the movements down precisely. Because if you cannot do a simple movement precisely, you can't even do a simple bow precise to the way that I need you to do it, then to perform these certain techniques that I'm having you perform the way that I need you to perform it's going to be very difficult online. Yes, it will be. You know, and people that I train directly, they have a hard time learning technique as well. It doesn't mean that just because you train with somebody directly, it's like you get the golden key to being the ultimate martial artist. No. People that I train directly have a very hard time learning the technique as well. So the people online, yes, it may be more difficult because you're not getting immediate feedback of what you need to correct. But you need to watch yourself in the mirror over and over again and see if you can mirror what I'm demonstrating. If you cannot mirror exactly what I'm demonstrating to the T, then you need to self-correct yourself. Not to spend another an hour to make a video for me to watch and for me to provide feedback, and then say, no, next time put your hands together in a straight line, not like this. Don't tense your shoulders. Okay, don't extend your arm out all the way like this. This is not how we're bowing right now. Okay, don't have the knife hand look like this. I cannot, if I need to correct every little thing, then yes, it will be very difficult to learn online. You need to really watch the video precisely, follow everything precisely. And if I only had to correct a few things, then you'll progress very quickly. This comes to the importance of learning the precision of the techniques, of everything that we're learning from beginning to end. Now when it comes to sparring, you say, how do I get good at sparring if I don't have a partner? Well, that will come later. If you can learn these techniques precisely the way that it needs to be performed, then the sparring is not going to be difficult. Trust me. There's a lot of training tools out here that's going to help us with the sparring. There's going to be the Bob dummy. There's going to be the Wing Chun dummy. They're going to give us the simulation that we're going to need in order to develop ourselves. Alright, the Bob dummy is going to help us develop that power. It's going to be that speed and that strength combined to turn it into power. Okay? Now, our movements, you need to be able to move, okay, very well, very fluidly. You don't need a partner for that. It's like learning how to dance. You don't really need a partner to learn how to dance unless you want to do salsa dancing or whatnot. But this is just movement on your own. As long as you know how to move on your own, then that's what you need. And then when you use the wooden dummy, when the time is right, to give you the simulation of certain techniques coming at you, certain attacks, hands coming at you, feet coming at you, things like that. So then you have something to aim for. But at the same time, you can utilize different objects for that. You can utilize your imagination. Okay? But when it comes to sparring, there'll be a time for that. But that shouldn't be your primary focus right now. That should be later on. Okay? And then later on, you might not have friends that practice martial arts. It doesn't matter. If they don't practice martial arts, whatever. It might even be better to practice with somebody that doesn't practice martial arts. Because really, most of the people out there don't know anything. And the fact of the matter is, people that don't practice martial arts, they're going to respond very spontaneously. And that's what you need to prepare for, spontaneous types of movements. So it might be better to spar with somebody that doesn't know martial arts than somebody that does know martial arts. So basically, the safe sparring drills that we go through will really help you in that field. But don't be too concerned about having a partner right now. We need to work on the techniques and perfecting them the best that we can. Alright, I'm going to show you some things on the wooden dummy to demonstrate the later phases of some of the sparring training that you can be able to do, or that you will be doing. Okay, so we got a wooden dummy right here. Alright, so these hands right here will represent hands coming at your face. This one right here might be a punch coming at you, or this one right here, another punch coming at you. This one right here could represent a punch coming at your stomach, or it could be representing a kick coming into your stomach, a front kick, a side kick, whatnot. Okay, this could be representing a kick, someone's leg sticking out. So you can put your leg on one side, put it on the other side, or it can represent a low shin kick. It can represent another kick coming at you at the kneecap level. So, this all right here is helping you visualize how to get into the center line. You see, center line is right here. The limbs, the hands, the feet is trying to prevent you from hurting the person. We're going to be using this wooden dummy to help us visualize in order to work on our techniques and visualize where their hands be coming, so we can get into there to protect ourselves by defending, by attacking their center line. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using the Wing Chun for at the later phase. Okay, so that's the wooden dummy that we're gonna go through, but you're gonna have to purchase one you know, later on when you get really serious with this training, I do recommend to invest into one, especially if you're deep into this individual training. Just realize that it's not that you can't learn online. You can learn a lot online because you could find a really you know, you can find a sifu that's at the level, you know, at a very high level that can show you certain things that you will never find from a sifu around you. First of all, it's hard to find a sifu as is, but to find someone that lives near you that knows their things, knows the stuff, is not easy. So this online training can be done, but like I said, you need to be able to visually learn, and you have to listen. Everything that I'm saying in the video, you have to listen precisely. Like I said, if I tell you to put your finger up, put your finger up. But if you miss that, you forget that, then you're not going to be learning quick. If I say to make a knife hand coming down to the center, you need to do that. Not, look at where I'm holding this, right below my nose. I'm not saying to hold it here, I'm saying right below the nose. If I tell you to raise the right shoulder, you got to raise the right shoulder. If you don't do it, then how are you going to learn? So it's very precise. Everything that we do, I say, put your hands out to the side, put your hands out to the side. You need to be precise with your movements. That's the only way you're going to learn. So you need to watch the video of the forms that I sent you over and over again and be as precise as you can. It's the only way you're going to learn effectively online. Okay? You've learned the nunchuck stuff pretty well because you have that desire, you have that will. But when it came to working on that CLF form, I could tell you haven't been putting the time into it like you did with the nunchuck. You say you've been working the nunchucks for 10 hours, over hours and hours. When it came to the CLF form, you kind of just, I could tell that you haven't put too much time to it. Well, you need to put the time into each video in order to progress, so then you're well-rounded. Now, if I go over the punches and you know I don't like punches, now you're gonna have weak punches, and then you have, you know, you like the kicks and then you got strong legs. That's not balanced. You need to have everything well-rounded. Okay, that's why I got the fitness standards to make sure that you're well-rounded. Every muscle group in your body has to be good, has to be strong. You know, you might be like, oh, I love the push-ups, and you're gonna be able to do like 100 push-ups in a minute. But when it comes to like shoulder presses or coming to handstand push-ups, say you can't even do one. No, you're not balanced. I want you to work on that. So when it comes to these techniques, you may not like a certain part. Say you don't like the CLF stuff because that's not what you're interested in. It doesn't matter. You need to work on that, get good at that. When you get good at that, we're going to go to the next thing. Okay? Go to the next thing, go to the next thing, go to the next thing, until you get good at pretty much everything. And that's what you need to do. You need to get good at everything in all ranges of combat. Okay, so don't take the shortcut. Watch the videos over and over again. And self-correct yourself as much as you can before you start creating videos and sharing videos with me, because really it's going to cost you more money, it's going to take more time, and that's not what you want. You want to progress quicker. You don't want to take 10 years to learn one form, especially if there's 100 forms, okay, or whatever, how many forms. You need to learn as quick as you can, at a comfortable rate, what you're comfortable with, and just pay attention and visually watch, okay?